Dalvin, welcome to Minnesota. Just take us through how much of a whirlwind free agency was. I imagine many teams are reaching out. You probably had multiple offers. Just how much of a whirlwind was Monday for you?
It's a new process for me. Was just on my rookie contract last 4 years and everything. So I was just taking it one day at a time, and just happy I'm ended up here in Minnesota.
Matthew Collar.
Delvin, I've heard a couple of times from people in New York that you were recruited by Harvard, before deciding to go to Alabama. Can you tell me about that? Like, how does one decide between Harvard and Alabama?
When I grew up, my mom was always big on academics, and I used to always joke around that I was going to Harvard as a kid. So I was a big academic kid growing up, and just when they gave me an offer to go to Harvard, it was a tough one not to go. But football is my first love, and with Alabama having a good business program as well as football program, it just felt like a home away from home.
Dave Campbell.
Dalvin, piggybacking off of that, what is a good way or two that your work in school has paid off for you on the field?
I would have to say that football, pretty much in the NFL, is like another class. You're taking college or things like that because you have to continue to learn on the field as well as off the field when you're watching film and things like that. You have to break down film, and just like pretty much an extra class like you took in college. It's like a business course. You have to do extra work to improve on it, and it's very mental. A lot of mental work goes into the aspect of playing in the NFL.
Eric Smith.
Hey, Dalvin, welcome to the team. I'm just wondering how much Andre Patterson played a role in you coming to the team and kind of what you know about his reputation here in Minnesota.
Coach Patterson is a great defensive line coach. I remember him talking to me when I was actually at the combine. Felt like yesterday, but it was 4 years ago. And he's just a great, tremendous coach. You could just tell off from his track record of the defensive lineman he's had. And I'm super excited to play for him and can't wait to put these pads on and get out there and let him coach me up a little bit.
Sam Ekstrom.
Hey, Dalvin, I know you overcame some injuries earlier in your high school and college career. How have you been able to stay so durable in the NFL?
Pretty much when I had tore my ACLs in high school and college, it's pretty much you learn a lot more about your body and what works for you in the recovery process. And just in the NFL, you have to take care of your body. You got to invest in your body and know what works for you to make you feel better for the next day to go out there on the field.
Courtney Cronin.
Hey, Dalvin, you were in a 3-4 defensive scheme in New York, and having played in, with a bunch of different fronts, was that obviously you're playing in a 4-3 now, so how does that project for you? I mean, was that something that was a priority to try to find a 3-4? Or were you comfortable kind of playing in whatever, however many down front you were going to be approached with?
I'm pretty comfortable playing at any down front because I remember my first year at New York, it was more of a 4-3. When I was with Jason Pierre-Paul, Olivier Vernon, and Snacks Harrison. And it was pretty much all the similar defense to what Minnesota's running right now. And the last couple of years have been 3-4, so I'm pretty comfortable in any scheme as long as I get to put my hand in the dirt and play some football. I'm happy.
Chris Thomason.
Yeah, hey, Dalvin, welcome to Minnesota. Have they told you that you're pretty much going to be the three technique guy? And how much have you played there? And just talk about your ability at that particular position to both stop the run, and also Rick Spielman said you're underrated in terms of playing the pass game.
Thank you. We really haven't sat down and talked about exactly which position I'm going to play, but all I could assume is I'm going to play a little bit of three tech and shade because they go hand in hand together. And I feel like I'm pretty stout at the run game, and I can bring a good element of the run game to the Minnesota Vikings, as well as pass rush to get after the quarterback and collapse the pocket. Like Mr. Spellman said, I want to get to the quarterback as well as play the run also. So it's going to be very exciting.
Don Mitchell.
Hi, Dalvin. This is kind of a jump up as to Chris's question. When you're like the second most when it comes to the run stuff rate, in the NFL. You really have earned your bread and butter there, and underrated against the pass. What do you take pride in the most in your game that maybe you feel other people may undervalue, that you value the highest?
I just feel like my game as a whole, like you said, I'm pretty known for stuffing the run, and also want to be known as an all-around defensive lineman who could also rush the passer and play the run. So I'll just say just my game in general. I just want to continue to improve in the run as well as the pass, just so I can be more dominant up front.
Mark Craig.
Hey, Dalvin, just watched some guy pin someone in 9 seconds in a state wrestling championship match. Describe that match and also describe how your excellence as a wrestler has transferred into all the things Rick was talking about and other guys have talked about, like Carl Banks, your hand, your feet, your movements.
That match, like you said, it was pretty quick. 9 seconds was my last state finals match in my senior year of high school. And also wrestling does a tremendous part of playing defensive line, because the leverage you learn in wrestling and also just learn how to use someone's body against their will is a big part of wrestling. It comes hand in hand in playing defensive line when you're going against the offensive lineman trying to make plays and throw them out of your gaps and set edges and things of that nature.